Okay, hi, this is Mrs. Robertson, and today we are going to go over Math 6 Standards Review number 7. In the first problem, the word product means multiply, sum means to add, and difference means to subtract. So it says, what is the product of the sum? That means you're going to add these two numbers together. 1 and 2/10 plus 8/10 will give you the numbers 2 and 0/10. And then we're going to do the difference of these. That means we're going to subtract. So then we have 1 and 2/10 minus 8/10. 12 minus 8 is 4. Then we multiply. What is the product? You are going to have 2 times 4/10. 2 times 4 is 8. There's one number behind the decimal point. The answer is 0 and 8/10. Any questions on number 1? Number 2, 18 of the 30 students in the class were boys. What is the ratio of boys to girls? Boys, 18. Girls, well, 30 minus 18 will give you 12. It's going to be 18 to 12. Now, you could simplify that, and you would have 3 to 2. Both of those would be correct, and you could write it as a fraction or with the colon. Okay, any questions on the ways to write a ratio? What is the perimeter of the triangle? Well, you add all the sides, and you're going to have 8 plus 6 plus 10 equals 24 centimeters. The area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Now, the base and the height are the two sides that form a right angle. So that's going to be 8 times 6 divided by 2. And you're going to have 24 centimeters squared. Oh, it happens to be the same. Now, we're going to venture off here, and we're going to talk about the trapezoid. The trapezoid shape looks like this. I want everyone right now to draw a trapezoid on your paper. It's a four-sided shape. Okay? And we need the height of our trapezoid. Make a dotty dot. And let's say that the height is 6. Let's say that this side is going to be 12. And I'm going to say the top is 10. Okay? Formula for a trapezoid. Write this on your paper. Area of a trapezoid is the height times B1 plus B2 divided by 2. Okay? The other formula that will also give you the same answer is 1/2 the height times B1 plus B2. These both say the same thing. Okay? Now, what are my B1s and B2s? What's my B1 and B2 going to be, Mary Kate? Yeah, it's the sides that are parallel. So you're going to take 10 plus 12, and you're going to multiply it by 6 and then divide it by 2. So the area equals 1. Oh, I forgot to do 1/2 the height. Forgot that height in there. Almost forgot that part. So you're going to take, I'm going to use this one, 1/2 of 6 times 10 plus 12. So half of 6 is 3, and 3 times 22 equals 66. And let's say it's 66 meters squared. You'll get the same answer if you do 10 plus 12 is 22. 22 times 6, so you would have 6 times 22 divided by 2, and you would also again get 66. Any questions on a trapezoid? Got to know that shape. Okay, got to know that shape. And you got to know how to do triangles too. Parallelograms and rectangles are easy. It's just base times height, right? Okay. In number 5, you have to put a decimal point behind the 5 and 2 zeros, so you can subtract 3 and 21/100 from it. Borrow from the 5. 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 2 is 7. 4 minus 3 is 1. Okay, I'm going to pause it here and pass back to you your arithmetic papers. Number 6. In problem number 6, I'm going to just do my work over here. 2 and 7/10 times 3/100. 2 and 7/10 times 3/100. 3 times 7 is 21. Carry a 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. The tricky part on this one is where do you put your decimal point? How many numbers are behind the decimal point in the problem? There's the decimal point. There's 1. Here's a decimal point. 2 more. So it's a total of 3. 1, 2, 3. What do you put on that empty blank? A 0. So the answer is 81 thousandths. Number 6 is 81 thousandths. Kids mess those up because they don't pay attention and get their 0, in the right spot there. Number 7, I'm going to do down below. You're going to have 27/100 in the box. There's a decimal point right there. And it's being divided by 6, so 6 goes here. There's no decimal point in the 6. Now, before you divide, you do have to put your decimal point straight up. How many 6's are in a 2? 0. Subtract. Bring down. How many 6's are in a 27? 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Subtract. Add a 0. Bring it down. How many 6's are in a 30? 5. And you end up with 45 thousandths. Any questions? Now we're going to do number 8. In number 8, the 27 goes in the box. 9/10 goes on the outside. Oh, we have a decimal in the problem. We have to move it out. Move it 1, make it appear, and move it 1. Put it straight up so you don't forget. So you have 270 divided by 9. Well, this is pretty easy because you know how many 9's are in a 2? None. How many 9's are in a 27? 3. Subtract, but you got to bring down this 0. How many 9's are in a 0? 0. The answer is 30. 27 divided by 9/10. Okay, think of it. How many 9 cents are in 27? In number 9, 3/4 of the 200 seeds sprouted. How many did not sprout? What fraction did not sprout? If 3/4 sprouted, how many did not sprout? 1/4. So you're just going to take 1/4 times 200. 1/4 times 200 equals 200 over 4. And that equals what? What's 200 divided by 4? 50. 50 seeds did not sprout. Maybe you figured out that 150 sprouted, and then you just subtract 150 from 200, and that tells you how many did not sprout. Problem number 10. Common denominator, because we're adding, it's going to be a 6. 5/6 plus another name for 1/2 will be 3/6. That equals 8/6, which is 1 2/6, or 1 1/3. And the last problem for this one, we're not leaving till we get this done. 3 1/3 minus 2 1/2. What's your common denominator between a 3 and a 2? 6. 2/6, 3/6. Oh no, 2 can't subtract 3. Help, help. And 3 says, I will help you. I will turn into 2 6/6. 6/6 plus 2/6 is 8/6. Minus 3/6 gives you the answer 5/6. And that's the answer for that problem. Make sure you get the back side done. Look at the back side. All of these things are really important. Now we are ready to do problem number 12. We are multiplying mixed numbers. So when you're multiplying fractions, you have to change it to an improper fraction, right, Dalton? And what's the improper fraction for 3 3/4? Yes. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15/4, times 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8/5. Now, you could go ahead and multiply 15 times 8 and 4 times 5, but I like to use simpler numbers, so I am just going to do, there's my green pen. I know 4 divides 4 once, and 4 divides 8 twice, and 5 divides 5 once, and 5 divides 15 3 times. And the answer is 6/1, which is 6. Or you could have had 4 times 5 is 20, 8 times 15 is 120. 120/20 equals 6. So 6 is correct, or if you had 120/20, that would be correct. Number 13, we're dividing fractions, so you have to change them to improper fractions. That will be 5/1 divided by 5/4. Keep, change, and flip. You only flip when it's a division problem. You end up with 20/5, which equals 4. Any questions? In number 4, what's the opposite of multiplying by 5? What will undo multiplication? Division. Divide by 5, divide by 5. Cancel. And you're going to get y equals 1 4/5, or you could have 1.8. 1 8/10, or 1 4/5. Because if you divided 9 divided by 5, add a decimal point, 5 goes into 48 times. Okay, any questions? In this problem, they want a decimal answer. What is the decimal for a fourth? Think about what's a fourth of a dollar? What's the decimal for a fourth? Yes, 25 cents. So it's going to be 0.25. So to get the answer for this problem, I'm going to put number 15 over here. I have 4 4/10 minus 25 hundredths. You have to put a 0 above the 5. Borrow from the 4, it turns into a 3. 10 minus 5 is 5. 3 minus 2 is 1. And the answer is going to be 4 15 hundredths. Any questions on that? Put it right here. In number 16, write 75% as a decimal? Well, there are a couple ways of doing it. One, you just move the decimal point 2 places to the left and you get 75 hundredths. Let's say you forgot what to do. How many places do I move it? Then you could just say, well, it's 75 hundredths. How do you write 75 hundredths as a decimal? 75 hundredths. Because remember, a percent as a fraction, you just put it over 100. Okay? Write 20% as a reduced common fraction. Percent means per 100. 20 over 100 equals what when you simplify it? Someone give me an answer. What will 20 over 100 simplify to? Dalton? You say 5 will divide them both? Okay, you'd get 4 over 20. But, ooh, something else will divide it again. What will divide a 4 and a 20? 4 will. And you end up with 1/5. Okay? Any questions? Number 18 says the square root. What's the square root of 49? That's called a radical sign. And it means what number times itself equals 49? What number times itself is 49? 7. 7 times 7 is 49. A cube has how many faces? Well, a cube has a top. It's got a front. It has a side. It's got the bottom. It's got the right side and the left side. So you have top, bottom, front, back, right, left. It has 6 faces. And then number 20. The coordinates of 3 vertexes of a parallelogram are. What are the coordinates of the 4th vertex? Okay, you can always just do this. The first one is 3, -2. This one says go right and down. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go down -2. 1, 2. So that's the point 3, -2. Then I'm going to go 5, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I got to go up 2. Put a dot there. That's point 5, 2. Then I have 0, 2. I stay at 0, go up 2. All right. It says, what are the coordinates of the 4th vertex? Okay. How far is it from here to here? It's 5, right? So this line has to be 5 long. So here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's at -2, -2. So the missing point is -2, -2. Just draw a picture of it, okay? Now, on this problem, let's say they want you to find the area of the parallelogram. The area of a parallelogram is base times height, right? Now watch this. This is your base. How long is it from here to here? Well, from -2 to 3 is 5, okay? That's a 5. Then the height. The height is the distance from here to here. How far is it from here to here? Well, the height is 1, 2, 3, 4. So to find the area, it's going to be 5 times 4, which equals 20 units squared. Okay, that's how you would do that. Sometimes they'll have you graph a parallelogram and then find the area of it. Okay, any questions? It's just base times the height, and the height's the distance between the 2 parallel lines.